Alright, so last episode we brought in Simon Adingra from Brighton, just like Sunderland did at IRL, who was the great player for us last episode, as you'll see in the highlights. As you can see, on his debut, he played a wonderful through ball there into Calvert-Lewin, who made it 1-0 against our rivals Newcastle. And we got another win here, another through ball there by Jordan Philogene into Calvert-Lewin, who made it 2-0 for us to beat our City rivals in Newcastle there. And as you can see, Ramsdale made a great save towards the end there to keep us the clean sheet. And against Liverpool, we had a tough game against them here. Ramsdale made a great save, but this game was a goal fest, as you'll see. Jonathan David made it 1-0. We answered back with Adingra getting his first goal for us, I believe, in a played game. And we answered straight away back again, just before the half-time break, making it 2-1 here, with Jaden Philogene getting on the score sheet. But Liverpool came back and scored again. But we scored here. But then again, FC25 kick-off goals are my bane of existence, and it beat us. Well, it got a draw there because of that kick-off goal. But we stepped into the Carabao Cup final looking to make history, and with a 2-1 win here against Man City, we managed to make history, which was to be the first team ever in the history of English football to be promoted, and then win a trophy in their first season back to be promoted. Let's get into today's episode. And up against Crystal Palace, we get a 2-1 victory at home with Calvert-Lewin and Henderson scoring goals for us in this one here. And away from home against Spurs, we get a 2-2 draw with El Anawi and Calvert-Lewin scoring goals in this one to see us remain undefeated and get a point here. And somehow again, we picked up another draw in this series via sim result. We haven't lost a sim game, we've only been drawing and winning them, which is insane to think about. But Calvert-Lewin scores for us in this one. El Anawi and Calvert-Lewin with a brace in this one to see us get a draw against Aston Villa. Another point for ourselves to keep ourselves inside the top 4 so far this episode. And against West Ham, we returned to winning ways of Calvert-Lewin scoring two more goals in this game to get us the 3 points away from home against West Ham. And against bottom of the table Wolves, our second team get a 2-0 victory with Rig and Archer getting goals in this one here to get us the 3 points in this game to our first played game of today's episode. And as you saw last episode, we made history by being the first promoted team to win a trophy in their first season back in the top flight of English football, winning the Carabao Cup. We also are currently sat undefeated in the third place of the Premier League, as you can see, with 16 draws to our name. It's been insane that we haven't lost a game this season, but we've had a look on our side, I guess you could say. We're 1 point off the title somehow as well, which would be insane if we managed to do so. But also, next up, we take on Liverpool, a team we've drawn to twice in the league, in the, as you can see, the semi-finals of the FA Cup. If we beat them here, we'll face either Fulham or Arsenal in the final. Most likely will be Arsenal. But like I mentioned, both games against Liverpool in the Premier League, we drew against them, and we should have won both games, especially the last one we played last episode, where we should have beat them, but they somehow got a point against us. Let's get into this one at Wembley and hopefully go through to the FA Cup final to maybe win his second domestic trophy of the season and make one hell of a historic season for Sunderland here in the Prem. And maybe draw this in here to Jaden Philogene, who can't really get away through. There's Van Dijk's there, and also another midfielder. And we're going to play this back here. Ends up, they can't really shoot from range, but we can get that inside. No, we can't, because there's a great clearance by Tsimikas there. As of right now, we're looking dangerous in this game. It's Henderson, the former Liverpool man, and former Liverpool captain, denied by Conor Bradley low. He shoots, and Ramsdale makes a great save, but it comes back to them. Tsimikas. Inside here to Mo Salah, who hits it. Mo Salah thankfully puts it wide of the post. Had to just move Calvert-Lewin backwards there, and Calvert-Lewin now over the top here to Enzo Lefebvre, who just ain't going to jump for that. In real life, he's going to get to that ball before Alisson comes out, and he's going to get a little flick header on, either up and over the keeper or backwards towards the player and try to head it to. But in this game, the goalkeeper comes out, so I'll play it. The player you're controlling literally just says, oh, you know what, I'll leave it. But in real life, that doesn't happen. There's Mo Salah here. Verts. Gavin Birch hits it, and of course they score from that. 30 minutes in, Liverpool take the lead. And it is just frustrating there, because right there, like, Enzo Lefebvre is going to jump for that ball, you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to just let the keeper grab it. It's just frustrating, man, that happens in this game. But we concede here, couldn't really recover in time to get anyone across to Gavin Birch. It's a great finish from him. Here goes Adingra. Trying to finally get past. If I score straight from kickoff, that'd be so annoying. It's Calvert-Lewin. Oh, the delay on the passing, man. It'd also be worse defensively. Here's Luis Diaz. Oh, it's a good opportunity there, but it is O'Neill stepping in and cutting it out. And that clearance was meant to go a lot further than that, but it only went about 5 feet. To Enzo Lefebvre. Over the top here too. Adingra, can they make it 1-1 before half-time? We can't, because Addison denies him. I should have gone low driven, but I decided to go for power, which should have worked, but Henderson This is for the half-time break, corner whipped in. And we ain't going to win a header because you can't win headers in this game. I felt like that was a fair challenge, so I'm going to put a play on the line and try and stop this from happening. Free kick is going to be rolled short to us, apparently. Okay, we take that. Enzo Lafay. I just... FIFA 23 or FIFA 22, I'm not sure which one it was, but the through balls in that game, one of those games were incredible, and that would have worked out perfectly there. It would have been a perfect through ball for the gap for... It didn't go to run into like it would be IRL, but in this game, they'll just pass it to defenders, it feels like, most of the time. Enzo Lafay now. But Inaccio's there to cut out Calvert-Lewin, get into that ball. And it might have to be time to make changes. Get it across there to Enzo Lafay. And maybe it might be the hero. Enzo Lafay hits it wide to the post. And we don't get a penalty either. Better there, but Henderson, great work. Here's Sterling. Can he make an instant impact as a former Liverpool player in this team? In here to Cameron Archer. Cameron Archer. Can he put us back level? Cameron Archer. Denied it by Addison. I just wish Rigg didn't continue that run. There was no need for him to do so. If he peels back there, I've got a pass backwards to him. But he just kept running straight. Sterling, good move there by him. You know, Kreshman, why not? Kreshman there, post. He hits the post. How have we not scored in this game? Blocked there by Kreshman. Brought on Griezmann. That's not great for us. Oh, how do they still have the ball? Got to let pass or shoot. Thankfully, he shoots and puts it wide. And then right into Rigg. Archer. Oh, Archer, come on, lad. You've got to score to be the hero. Cameron Archer off the bench. Let's put it level and give it as a lifeline in the FA Cup. We should have scored a long time ago in this game, but we score now, arguably by the chances. We should have won this game. Liverpool, their chances have been few and far between, have not been the best, but we've had plenty of great opportunities to score. We're put them wide. Addison saved them, we've hit the post. But here, Archer with a low driven hits the back of the net with precision there, like his last name suggests. And the question is the game going to be rather frustrating if it becomes straight from kickoff? I could feel that happening right now. I can feel it brewing up. If it happens, then maybe I'm the new Smitty and the prediction master for FIFA. I can't get my words out right now. Oh no, it's going to happen, isn't it? No. Thank you, Kreshman, for winning a header. I just had faith in him. That's why I thanked him before it even happened. The young talent of Sunderland trying to go through, and he's somehow lost the ball in the process there. Finds Griezmann near post, lays it across, and Gravenberch hits the post. Insane. And Wirtz frees it through to Griezmann, and Ramsdale, what a save. Whew. I think we can't win a header, but we get that one. But unfortunately, the goals I concede are the worst you'll ever see on FC25. I swear, man. I watch other Kremer YouTubers, they do not concede half of the stuff I concede. They concede mostly well-constructed goals by the AI. I concede awful stuff like this. Now, what even is this? I tried to clear it twice and it just goes straight up in here. That one goes straight to their player. Of course it doesn't. A perfect pass there to Griezmann is wide open. And none of my players are just paying attention. And it goes in the back of the net. Savage light. I've just lost my head at this point, Griezmann. Thankfully puts it wide for the end of the first half of extra time. Great, we haven't somehow scored more than one goal. How is that not a free kick? Reece got injured in that. That's more of a rugby challenge than a football challenge there. Rigg, can he score? And Rigg, oh, Addison. But Liverpool here. Hold that, Griezmann. Our first loss in a played game comes at the end of this. It wouldn't have happened anyway. You know, I wouldn't have lost fair and square anyway, but yes, they had 13 shots, but they were just shooting from range for so long. Like, loads of their shots, I want to actually go into it and show you, man, like, it looks good on paper, but when you look at when you break it down, they had 4 on target out of 13 shots, right? And 6 of them were outside the box, 7 inside, yes, but most of them were towards the edge of the box and blocked, etc. And away against Leeds, it's another draw for us here with Rigg and Voba getting the goals in this game to get a point apiece. They're 18th, we're currently 3rd. And next game's big against Man City, so let's get into that one and hopefully win that game. And as you can see by the calendar, I've got 4 games left of the season. 2 of them we're going to play at home against Man City and also against Arsenal. These 2 we're going to swim against Fulham and also Everton. But looking at the league table, we're currently 4th in the league on 68 points. Arsenal are 7 points behind us. Chelsea 8 points behind us. And where did West Ham come from? Spurs obviously a few points more behind us with 9 points behind us, you can see. So we could slip down to possibly 7th by the end of the season, or we could win the league. You know, we're in a very good position to maybe win the league. We're only, 4 points off City. So let's get into this one. If we beat them, we possibly jump up into 2nd. We have beat City previously. And let's get into this one and hopefully overcome the loss we just had against Liverpool and go to bigger and better things in this one here. Or draw and the other teams win. Then we're in a bad position as Grealish. We're sitting looking for Haaland, who's on the edge of the box. Haaland's header goes towards goal. And Ramsdale catches it thankfully for us. Fellaini. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, you saw there, man. He was making a run, and then the second I went to wind up the pass, he pulled backwards for no reason. Oh, look at that from Jaden Fellaini. Gets a space. Shot across goal. Jaden Fellaini drags it just wide of the post. Very fortunate with them. So Adingra hit. Well, a fairly quiet game against Liverpool, but hopefully he can get back to his best in this one. As Fellaini can't get to the header. I was hoping Calvert-Lewin would switch to that and it would get to it, but not to be the case. It's Grealish hit. And honestly, I don't think it would be a bad cam for us, Grealish, if we were to bring him in. He's looking to leave City IRL. Well, he likes being at City, but they might be looking to cut ways with him as Haaland hits it, and that just goes wide of the post. Do well for us. Oh, there we go, Jaden Fellaini running through 2nd time. Could be the chance for him. And it is going to be. I believe he hit the post. No, he put it wide against Liverpool. And who hit the post? I think it was Calvert-Lewin that hit the post. And Krejma, I think, hit the post as well. But Jaden Fellaini against City here scores early on. As like I said, this game decides elation or heartbreak. Pretty much. You know, if we lose, then heartbreak is more likely. If we win, elation is more likely. Reinders to Grealish. Again, if they played Foden or Doku or Savinho, why did Ramsdale not come out for that one? Thankfully, he made the save anyway because I pulled him out myself. Looking for Enzo Lefebvre. We're spotting the team could be up for grabs next season, but Enzo Lefebvre's been incredible and he does well here. He continues going, but he doesn't really have anywhere to go here. He can keep the ball for us. Can shift it. Create a bit of space. Can find Adingra, who hits Adingra. Just over the bar though with the power. Either where Krejma is or he'd replace O'Neill in the team if we were to go with him. But there are other players we could go for. That's a big challenge from Guimaraes. So we go. We go again on the attack. Somehow City in this series are just like one of the easiest teams for me to beat. They kind of always have been in this game. You know, it's teams like Liverpool, Spurs that are more just weird for me to beat. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, look at that from him. That somehow actually works, but Edison makes a save and it falls back to him. It's going to be a goal kick. Grealish. Oh, no. What just happened there to Hume? Like, he literally just bombed forward for a reason. I literally did not even move him myself. Oh, no, not before half-time. No. Haaland hits it. Ramsdale, good save. I've done there, Henderson. Enzo Lefebvre. Calvert-Lewin to make it 2. Calvert-Lewin. Just wide of the, well, not really just wide of the post, but wide of the post. Going forward now, and that's blocked, but it's gone back to him. And Grealish, Hume takes him down, and it's going to be a yellow card for him most likely, and a free kick given to C. No card actually given. Nice, okay. Shaky was starting, but Foden's now on, okay. I didn't know Shaky was starting. I didn't see him in the first half, I don't think. It's headed clear by Calvert-Lewin to Adingra, who can maybe use his paces to get forward. So Enzo Lefebvre in the centre to maybe get a bit of space in the box and try to pick out here, but it's box orientation. There's no handball apparently there. Impressed. Oh no, they're going to score here. No, they're not. Thankfully, Reinders puts it wide. As Matej now heads off. And they're going to bring on Savinho. Yes, I thought it would be. There we go, Henderson. Oh, what is that pass? It's diabolical. You could put me in that position. I can play that through ball through. Oh, no, Haaland's done well there. Let me switch to Krejma. Haaland. Great challenge from Krejma. I don't like that it's only 1-0. I'd love it to be 2-0. Enzo Lefebvre. Come on, Calvert-Lewin to make it 2-0. He hits it and he scores. You ask and you shall receive sometimes, man. You know what I mean? It happened there. And how can we beat City 2-0 again? You know, look, dominating this game, but Liverpool, granted they are the better team at our role right now, you know what I mean? But still, I feel like we played better against Liverpool than we have against City in terms of just creating chances and stuff like that. But we've not played bad here by any like means necessary, but you know what I mean? Or by any means, you know what I mean? But I'm so frustrated by that Liverpool loss in the FA Cup. But the fact we're leading City 2-0 here at home, once again like we did in the Carabao Cup final, once we went on to win that game and lift the trophy, and I accidentally deleted the footage, so I can't have that in the opening thing for season 2, unfortunately. But you know, I can just cut to a trophy parade or something at the end of the season. But to get a free kick here, it's a little bit too far out for a shot, but Hardest most likely actually going to hit this. No, he's going to run over it. Foden's going to play it short. It's going to be played inside here, and it's going to be hit by Grealish, and Ramsdale could save. It could be 3-0 here before the end of the game. Man City's defence has opened up. They've lost their heads in this game. And Calvert-Lewin to score again, and he has done so. You saw the gap open up. And you saw Calvert-Lewin make the run. And he finds the finish as well. And we could be possibly seeing a miracle in the Premier League. Because we're being top of the table 3-0. We're undefeated. And we've got like 17 draws to our name and 18 wins now after this one. Oh, 19 wins, I'm not too sure. But either way, we've got a lot of wins and draws. And a big one here against City at home, who just haven't really performed in this one. We've got the number, it seems like, in the series. Savinho. Foden. Oh no. Trying to block the shot, but Ramsdale, great save again there. Great pass. Adingra. Enzo Lefebvre. Out here. To Jadon. To make it 4. And he's made it 4. What a way to bounce back from being knocked at the FA Cup. By beating City at home here. 4-0. And Ederson, well, it may be time for him to move on because he's conceded 4 against us here. And Philly, I was thinking about one more pass there. I was thinking about cutting that across there to Adingra, who started the attack pretty much, but I felt like I should shoot with Philly, and he got the goal. Blocked it by an Ian. No doubt from him. And that should be the end of the game there. There we go. It's a 4-0 victory and 3 points picked up, and a big 3 points at that. Because that means we now go 1 point behind City in the table. And depending on results elsewhere, possibly second in the league with 3 games left to go. But the title's still up for grabs. There's some of the games against Fulham and Everton, and then get into the final game against Arsenal, where it could possibly, if everything goes our way, lift an historic Premier League title. And at home against Fulham, we get a 2-1 victory by Calvert-Lewin and who scored the other one? And Ian, the captain, getting the goal to keep us in the title race, which is insane to think about. Like, we could possibly lift the title at the end of this episode. It's simply game against Everton and decide our fate in the game against Arsenal. It's not in our hands technically. It's in the hands of Man City currently. If we win the title, they could lose more games, and we could win our games, and we win the title that way. But as of right now, and not putting our hopes on it, but you know, it would be nice to do. It would be insane to do. It would literally be historic for us to do. And Chris Rigg made us save that title hopes with a goal late on against Everton here at home, or away from home, sorry, to get us a point in this one, with Alcaraz scoring early for them. Rigg scores for us. Let's get into our final game of the season, up against Arsenal. Alright, so going into the final game of the season and the final day of the season, we've got 3 teams that could possibly win the title. Man City, as you can see, are level on points with us. They face Fulham away from home and will most likely beat them. We face Arsenal at home, and Man United face Villa at home. So 3 teams could win the title. Let's get into this one against Arsenal and maybe put out a miracle. I would be surprised if we do, but you never know. We've got a better goal difference as well, which goes in our favour if we do end up finishing level on points with City and literally only with City. But let's get into this one and possibly pull off an insane miracle and literally the most historic Premier League win possibly since Leicester City in Premier League history. And we'll go to the Stadium of Light. Obviously, if we do this, we'll go one step further than Leicester did. Obviously, they got promoted in 2013-14. 2014-15, they finished 14th. And then the season afterwards, in 2015-16, they won the title. Obviously, we just got promoted in 24-25 season IRL. And obviously, this is the 25-26 season we're playing here in the series. As Havertz, denied by his former, the former Arsenal shotstopper in Ramsdale. As Arsenal here, they don't really have much on the line, I don't think. They could possibly finish higher up in the table if they win here. But the only thing on line for them really is stopping us winning the title and Man City winning the title. But I feel like if you're an Arsenal fan and it's what's happening at IRL, you'd rather us beat Arsenal here and win the league than City, you know what I mean? But I think even as a City fan, I'd rather Sunderland win the title and just achieve this historic season if this was a possibility IRL. But that would be insane if it was to happen IRL. My eyes on any pop-ups or goals elsewhere and keep that in my mind, but part of me also doesn't want to know up until the final moment of this game if we are going to win the title. As Ian, the captain, who will be lifting the title, might have saved us there. As Calvert-Lewin is through here, he scored twice against City. He's running through against Arsenal. Calvert-Lewin, he hits it, but Raya. That's a great save for the Gene. Edingra from a Brighton man. Oh, that's great. Enter the fake, he finished it. I should have taken a free kick, but I had to try and finish that into Odegaard. Back here into Martinelli. It's great play by Arsenal, but the finish, it was offside anyway, but the finish there was left to be desired massively by Martinelli there. Edingra. Jonah Philogene. Oh, I was hoping he could just keep the ball there, but he's somehow got dismissed by Marino there. Leicester City winning it in their second season back. But doing a domestic double in your first season back in the Prem will be insane as it ends the fate. Cuts inside, right foot attempt, bends it goalwards, but it's wide to the post. Obviously, it's only fictional for the series, but technically we need to pretend like it is real for it to be, for it to actually mean something. Saka, and some more to Havertz. Odegaard. Oh no. I feel like Crusher should have blocked it. We're not going to let Odegaard run it away over to Arteta there. I feel like that should be only that celebration should only be triggered when it's literally the last minute win of a game pretty much sometimes, but it's literally triggered most of the time when a team are losing massively and they score one goal. It's Jadon Philogene. Inside. Lefay. That was meant for Cavalier, so why is it going over there? I don't really want to take off Jadon Philogene or or Edingra. So we go. Here's Enzo Lefay. Inside. Cavalier, one more to Edingra, who puts us back level. And if City lose or draw, that goal means we're Premier League champions. I'm going to bring on Sterling and also Rig. I'm going to take off Philogene as Edingra gets the goal here to put us back level. Cavalier with the assist. We'll stay on as well. Do I bring an Archer? I don't know if I bring an Archer either. I mean, Archer has been good at the bench for us in the series, but do I do it? You know what? I've got to do it. We've got to at least just throw stuff at the ball and try. Back here. Oh no. Schick. Saved by Ramsdale. Oh no. Arsenal playing some good football here. Schick. Dispossessed by Kreshma, who's had an insane season for us. Sterling. Why is... Case in point there. Sometimes the AI attack... Well, not sometimes. Most of the time the attacking AI in this game is just stupid. Man United are level with Aston Villa. Okay, so they can't win the title anyway. That's it. Archer. Back here to Raheem. Sterling, who's denied by Raya. And Rig does get to it. Edingra. Can he be the hero? He turns, he hits it, it's blocked. No penalty given for the challenge afterwards either. Archer to Sterling. Can Raheem the Dream Sterling be the hero? He cuts inside, he hits it. You've got to score. You've got to score that. Bypass there from him. And Ian, the captain, intercepts. Sterling. Into Archer. Rig. To Archer. Can he find a position? But Raya. If City won it, if we do lose it, it will be heartbreaking, man. That miss from Sterling would have run free in my head for a while. Ramsdale was saved. Just end the game, ref. There we go. Do we have title celebrations? I don't think we do. I think we finished second. I think we have finished second. We'll let it play out because sometimes it doesn't trigger straight away. But I think City beat Fulham and win the title on the final day. And, well, if that is the case, and Sterling, that miss, there we go, it's done. Man City won the title. It's heartbreak for Sunderland fans. It's heartbreak for us. We should have won this game. O'Neill, man of the match, could have literally... Oh, the moment was there, man. The captain, man of the match. We win the league, he lifts it. That is actually heartbreaking. I don't think I suffered a loss as heartbreaking in Cromwell in a very long time. It's not a loss, it's a draw, but it feels like a loss. Alright, so that's going to call it for season 1 of this Sunderland Cromwell. As this season 2 will begin tomorrow. We'll look to improve this team massively. We'll be in the Champions League, which is insane to think about that in the second season of the series. We're going to be in Champions League football and hopefully try and go on to win that. Honestly, win the Premier League as well. As we finished 2 points behind City, went down to the final day where unfortunately we couldn't beat Arsenal to win the title. And obviously in the FA Cup we got knocked out by Liverpool, who went on to win it against Fulham. But we did win the Carabao Cup to make history, so we had a great season nonetheless. We finished the highest position possible, or the highest position ever for a promoted team in the first season back in the Prem. I think the best before that was Newcastle, who finished 4th, and obviously we were the first team ever to win a competition in English football in our first season back in the Prem. So it made history this season, which you'd have to see. We bested our rivals in Newcastle with their highest position ever after being promoted, and also obviously made history by winning the Carabao Cup. And in terms of the stats of the players, Calvert-Lewin with 29 goals and 2 assists. Obviously, most likely we need to replace him next season in the Champions League. And Cameron Ulster hasn't been bad behind him at 9 and 2. He's not really had many games in the first team, but mainly because Calvert-Lewin's just been incredible. I didn't really want to replace him. Jayden Philogene came in 13 goals and 5 assists. Rig 8 and 3. Adanawi, I can see 7 and 11 from deep line playmaker. Adingra, 6 and 6 from him. He had a great campaign for us coming in. +3 to an 80 rating. Now he's going to be incredible for us next season. Sterling, who obviously could have won us the title. If he just scored that goal, he would have won us the title. But, it is what it is. Probably would have been a bit too soon if we did, let's be honest. I mean, it's a bit too soon for Champions League football in this series, but, it is what it is. Ends of the Fay, 4 goals. Obviously, his finishing ain't the best, but 15 assists. Not bad from the Frenchman, 25 years of age, 79 rated. So, see, next season we need to look into this team and improve it. O'Neill, sadly, we're most likely going to replace him next season. He is the captain. He's now 30 years of age. He obviously won the Carabao Cup. He will be on the bench most likely, and we'll get to be in no trophy celebrations. Henderson as well. We need to replace him. We do have Diarra, who we could turn into a CDM, but it's not really a CDM for me. He's more of a cam as a backup player in this team, as a young talent who can maybe get into the first team at some point. We've got Neil as well here, who could replace Henderson, but again, not the best. When we did use him, though, he was great for us in this team. We've got Siddiqui as well, a young talent being developed behind him, who's gone up to a 74, as you can see here on our bench. We've got players that we need to sell. We've got a bunch of incredible young talents here, by the way, that are going to get loaned out next season. Some of these are insane, especially like Martinez, who's got insane potential, and I believe Sadler has incredible potential as well, and Wilson as well. They all have great potential, and some very good play styles as well for young talent. So some of those will get game time next season. But obviously, drop in the comments down below players you want to see us sign next season for this team to improve it. Obviously, we don't know the budget just yet. That will be revealed next episode that we're going to have. But most of it will be probably, I'd say, around 70 million, I'd guess. Obviously, we could sell some players. Obviously, we need to replace O'Neill, Henderson. Ronaldo, I'm happy to keep. He's a great player. I'd happy to keep him in the team. Definitely he's a player we need to replace. Or Hume. Some of Enzo the Fee, I feel like he could be kept. But again, we could replace him with a better player who's more of a goal scorer as well from the camera. So Enter the Fay is great at creating stuff, but he can't really finish stuff, which is the issue for him. We've got Calvert-Lewin up front, who we need to most likely definitely replace and get a new first-team striker in. And what should we do then? Because we have Calvert-Lewin and Archer at that point. We could maybe loan out Archer or sell Calvert-Lewin, but I would like to keep them both around and obviously improve this team even more. But drop in the comments down below players you want to see us sign for season 2. Obviously, that's going to quote for this one. You're going to enjoy it. Drop a like and subscribe, and check out other content I post there on the main channel. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.